Welcome back for my weekly human design transit report. Today is November 21st. It's Monday, and the new transit starts tomorrow on the 22nd. So where we are today, you can always check out right here in last week's transit report. But this one, we're going to focus on the transit that starts tomorrow. And believe me, folks, you got to hold on to your hats for this one. So let's go ahead and get started. So we continue our journey through the knowing circuit and through individual circuitry. We've had this for transit after transit after transit now. And now we're going to have the sun in the gate 34 and the earth in the gate 20. And that's going to give us a complete channel of the 3420, which is known as the channel of the manifesting generator, because it's the only channel that goes directly from the sacral center, right? That's that red square down towards the bottom of the chart, comes up here through the right side of the body and goes directly into the throat, right here into the 20. Okay. So the sacral center is the center for life force energy. It's the most powerful engine in the chart. And so basically we're fueling, life force energy right into the throat, which is the center for activation, expression, manifestation, right? And so it's great for us to be able to get that life force energy there. But there's also a few caveats with it. All right. So before we go into that altogether, let's go ahead and unpack this a little bit. So the sun in the gate 34 is a lot of energy. Okay. Because the sun is a lot of energy, right? The sun is the biggest, entity. It's not a planet, right? In our solar system. And it is, our own star. Right? So it's a huge amount of energy. And then the 34 is the gate of power, both in traditional human design and in quantum human design. Okay. And it's on the sacral center, obviously, but it's a very, very powerful energy. And we also call it the busy gate because people who have this defined in their charts tend to be very busy people. They tend to multitask. They have a bunch of different things going on, whether they have the whole channel or just the 34. Like I have the 34, I don't have the 20. And I definitely relate to this energy. It's busy. It's powerful. It gives you the energy to multitask. You're able to do a bunch of, different projects and keep the plate spinning, if you will. Sometimes we kind of overdo it. If you have that 34, you can overdo it because it does give you so much energy. This is one of those places in the chart and this whole channel, but especially with that 34, where I always say to people, you have got to get a handle on that energy. Otherwise, it's going to manage you. It's going to kind of run you around. And a lot of times when I do readings for people who have this whole channel or just the 34, I'll say, how's your, how are things for you? Do you feel like you've got a good handle on your energy, or do you kind of spin out sometimes? A lot of times people say they spin out, right? They just, sometimes they're very, very busy, but they're not necessarily productive or satisfied or going in the direction that they feel like they really want to be going in, right? They don't really feel that. They just feel like they're really busy and there's just a lot of energy going on, right? So if you've got that, you want to be able to get a handle on that energy so that you're in command of it and you're able to harness it, right? Like a powerful horse. You want to be able to harness it and then co-create with it like you would with a horse, right? And send it in a certain direction. Otherwise, it's almost like you fell out of the saddle, but your foot's still in the stirrup and you're being run around the track by that horse, right? You don't want that. Doesn't feel good. So I like to compare this to the chariot card in the tarot deck, where you're just sitting on the chariot and the chariot is moving really fast, but you're calm on the chariot. You're in control. You're deciding where it goes and so on. So that's kind of the caveat for the 34. And when the sun is lighting it up, right, it's like what we're here to shine out into the world, what we're here to bring out. So it is a very potent transit. Now, the good thing is that the Earth in gate 20 helps to be able to manage this energy. And so gate 20 in traditional human design is known as metamorphosis, and in quantum human design is known as patience. I really relate with this patience piece because it is basically balancing out or creating a creative tension with that energy of that 34 that is just, driving and wanting to, engage and get things going. And then the 20 is like, is it the right time? Is now the right time? And we need to be patient to see if this is exactly when we should be doing what we're doing, or it's more about timing it's more about the when than it is the what. So you can be tapping into that and be kind of saying, okay, is it the right time? Which is such a huge question for all generators anyway. And it's one of those things that the sacral can respond to, is it'll be like, yeah, right time. Or, and you're like, really? Not the right time? Like, okay. And you've got your 34 going, yeah, let's go. But your sacral's going, right? And the 20 can be like, okay, we can be patient. We can wait until it's the right time. Patience really is a virtue. I am not a naturally patient person, like at all. Probably because I have that 34. I'm not a naturally patient person. I had to really learn patience. I had to learn how to trust more in divine timing. I had to learn to trust that things were unfolding in ways and in timing that I didn't understand. And it really helped me by surrendering to that deeper flow, surrendering to the creative intelligence of the universe, and learning how to listen to my sacral, for example. And this will be a great time for those of you who are non-sacral beings to get to try out what it's like to have a defined sacral. Because during this whole week, so this transit will go through next Sunday. So from Tuesday till Sunday, you'll have a defined sacral if you're a non-sacral being. So you can play around with this sacral authority and see what that's like for you. Because I think that, non-sacral beings are highly conditioned by sacral beings because you live in a generator world. I mean, we're 70% of the population, right? And so you've been really conditioned by that sacral energy. And I think it would be fun to play around with to see if you can get a sense of what that sacral authority feels like during this time, because it might give you some insights about other aspects of yourself as well. It could give you a lot of extra energy, and that's, for a week, that's awesome. Sometimes if it goes on for a really long time, like last year, we had the nodes lighting up the 3420, and I know that when it ended, it was 4 months or 5 months. A lot of the non-sacral beings were like, okay, I'm going to sleep for like a month now because I've been having this manifesting generator energy beaming at me all this time, right? So this is only a week, so you can go for it and have fun with it. And now for me, it's going to really help me because it's going to define my throat, right? And so I get to have that experience of what it's like to have the whole channel. So you want to go and take a look at your own human design chart and see, do you have the 34 or the 20 defined or not? And this is true for all of the different transit reports. I highly encourage you pull out your own chart. And you see, do I have that colored in my chart or not? If it's not colored in on your chart, then you're going to really feel the transit more. If it is colored in on your chart, you're not going to feel it so much. But I like to think that it gives you an opportunity to kind of change your experience of that energy if you want to. So for example, if you feel like that 34 has been kind of running you around, right? You've got it defined and it's been running you around and you haven't been in command. While especially while the sun is transiting here, you can have the opportunity to shift the way that you're experiencing that, and especially by grounding yourself in that sense of patience that the 20 is going to give us. So that's an opportunity that you have. But, if it's open in your chart and the transit is defining it, then you're going to feel it more. Generally, you won't if you already have it, but it does give you an opportunity to kind of shift the way you're experiencing and expressing that energy. So I would really encourage you to take advantage of that. And an ally for you in that is that we have Mercury and Venus lighting up the gate 9, which is also on the sacral, and it's the gate of focus, right? It helps us to focus and get perspective. And so that will help also with this kind of really fast manifesting generator energy. You can also kind of tap into this sense of, okay, how can I focus as well? Because when you're able to focus, that will give you a direction to send all that power into, and wow, that could really take you somewhere with a project that you're working on or some kind of endeavor that you're thinking about, whatever it might be, being able to tap into a high level of focus as well. And if you haven't already, I highly encourage you to come and join our Becoming Sovereign Virtual Retreat Center that I opened up a couple of weeks ago. And right now it's free to join. And we're doing live sessions virtually every week. And tomorrow I'm doing a practice, which is about welcoming Jupiter in for Sagittarius, and doing a Kriya practice, which will include some simple breath work and some movement and a mantra that will help us to both clear out any old kind of stagnant emotional energy that we might have been carrying with us, whether that was frustration or sadness or grief or anger or whatever it is. So we're going to clear out our field, and then we're going to really kind of sing to Jupiter with a beautiful, simple mantra. And that's just a practice. We're going to do that every month. And so you can join us for that. And that's happening tomorrow. And the recording will be available for that as well. Last week, we did a sacral skills demonstration. We'll be doing a variety of different skill building and teaching in human design and in feminine sovereignty, and also different deconditioning practices. So the thing that I'm going to share with you tomorrow during this Welcome Jupiter practice, it will help you decondition as well. I'm just loving having the opportunity to expand the different things that I can share with my community. And I would love to have those of you here on YouTube come over and, join the conversation, join the party. Let's connect with each other. Let's get to know each other a little bit better. And let's help to spread the word of human design further and further out into the world. Okay. Many blessings. Much love. Bye for now.